Hi, Mike the Wine Guy here again. Thanks for staying with us on our series of how to get the most out of your wine. So far we've covered the sight, looking at the wine, we've covered the swirling of the wine, and now we get to the good part too, which is called the sniffing of the wine. So the 5 S's are what we're covering in this series. So sniffing wine. Why do you sniff wine? Why do you see these people doing this all the time? Well, part of it is, like I was mentioning in the last part of the video, the last video that you saw, it allows the wine to open up. You need to be able to smell it so that your brain engages with your taste buds and you can actually taste all the complexity of flavors that are within all these wines. One of the reasons people really like wine and get really enthusiastic about following wine is because the more you try it and drink it and smell it and swirl it and taste it, the more fascinating it becomes. There's so many different layers of complexity to wine. So thanks for sticking around, and I know you're enthusiastic to learn more. So I've got a little Chardonnay here that I just opened up, and what we're going to do is we've already looked at it and it varies clear, and as you can tell, a Chardonnay is very golden. So when you get a really dark golden color, just to recap on our sight part, this is going to tell you it's a Chardonnay. If it was very thin and very light, it might be a Pinot Grigio or a Sauv Blanc, but we'll cover that in another series. At any rate, we've got a Chardonnay here, so we've swirled it, and now the key is to smell it. Now, one of the ways that you can smell is you want to start off, there's different levels of aromatic components to different wines, like Rieslings and Viogniers are very aromatic, and Pinot Grigios are very not so aromatic. They're very tight, if you will. So a good way to tell before you even start, like say somebody pours you a glass of white wine and you're thinking, God, I wonder what this is. They didn't tell you what it was. One of the ways to discern that is obviously by the look. So we know, we're thinking this is probably a Chardonnay, but it could be a Viognier. But we want to swirl it, and then we want to hold it down here, see if we get anything. Not getting anything. So then bring it up here. Barely a little something, maybe a little tiny bit of some noticeable smells, but now I can really smell it. So now I can pick the oak, I can catch the apple, some pineapple flavors. And there's different smells that you're going to get. It doesn't matter what you smell, it's really just about what your personal frame of reference is. I do a test with people sometimes where we'll take a bunch of berries and put them on a table. Strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, cherries, etc. Everybody grew a banana, an apple, pear. Everybody can identify those like that. It's instantaneous. You can blindfold somebody, put a strawberry in their hand, or have them smell it, and they'll tell you it's a strawberry every time. Wine is no different. It's just that you haven't spent a lot of time with wine. So the more time you spend with it, the more you'll get to know these flavors. And as the years go by, you're going to be more and more into noticing various little nuances of smell. But so that's why we are smelling it. We're trying to not just identify the grape. We know this is a Chardonnay, but Chardonnay can be made in a number of different ways. Just like I use the analogy chocolate chip cookies. If I gave 10 people all the ingredients for chocolate chip cookies, they might taste slightly different each time because somebody might add a little more of this or that or the other thing. But in essence, it's going to smell like a chocolate chip cookie. So we got a Chardonnay here. And that's the idea of our third part of the series, which is the smelling. So we've got sight, swirl, smell. So next we're going to get into sipping. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks again for joining us. And be sure to check out more great tips and wine reviews on MikeTheWineGuy.com. Till next time, cheers.